That satisfying feeling you get when everything in your life is going according to plan, when the routine hums along and the days stack up neatly one after another like bricks in a wall you were told to build. What if I told you that feeling isn't peace? What if I told you it's the most sophisticated prison ever designed, and the lock is on the inside, and you swallowed the key so long ago you forgot it was ever there? Stay with me on this one. Because what we're about to move through together isn't just another video you half listen to while scrolling through your phone. This is a transmission. And the fact that you're here right now, that something in you clicked on this, that something in your chest or your gut or the back of your skull whispered, yes, this one. Pay attention to this one. That's not coincidence. There is no coincidence. There is only resonance. And something in your field is resonating with a frequency that's about to change everything if you let it. You've been feeling it. Don't pretend you haven't. That restlessness, that low hum of agitation that doesn't attach itself to any particular thing but colors everything. You wake up and before your feet even hit the floor, something feels off. Not wrong exactly, just off. Like the picture on the wall is tilted 2 degrees, and everyone else walks past it like it's perfectly straight, but you can't stop seeing it. You can't stop feeling the tilt. And it's making you question whether you're the one who's crooked, or whether the whole room was built on a slant and you're the first one to notice. Here's what no one is telling you. That restlessness isn't a malfunction. It's not anxiety. It's not burnout. It's not the algorithm of modern life finally wearing you down. That restlessness is the most important signal you will ever receive, and you are running out of time to understand what it means. Not running out of time in the way that creates panic, not a countdown clock ticking towards some catastrophic deadline. Running out of time in the way that a wave runs out of time to be caught. You can feel it building. You can see it approaching, and there's a window, a narrow, luminous window, where you can position yourself to ride it. Miss that window, and the wave still crashes. The energy still moves. But it moves without you, and you're left standing in the shallows wondering why the ocean suddenly feels so flat. There is an energetic shift happening right now. Not metaphorically, not as some abstract spiritual concept you can nod along to and then forget by tomorrow. Right now, in this moment, the electromagnetic field of this planet is changing. The Schumann resonance, which is essentially Earth's heartbeat, the base frequency at which this planet pulses, has been spiking in ways that scientists are documenting but can't fully explain. For decades, it held steady around 7.83 hertz. In recent years, it's been leaping to 30, 40, sometimes over 100 hertz in sudden bursts. The planet itself is vibrating faster. And everything on this planet, including you, including your nervous system, including the very atoms that compose your thoughts, is being asked to match that new frequency or be left behind in the old one. This is what your restlessness is about. Your body knows before your mind does. It always has. Your body is an antenna, an exquisitely sensitive receiver that picks up shifts in the field long before your conscious awareness can name them. And right now, your body is screaming at you. Not in words, in sensations, in that tightness in your chest that has no medical explanation, in the insomnia that arrives not because you're worried about anything specific, but because something in you refuses to power down, refuses to go unconscious, as if sleep itself has become a form of resistance your deeper self won't tolerate anymore. You've probably tried to fix it. That's what we do. Something feels uncomfortable. We reach for a solution. Maybe you've adjusted your diet, changed your exercise routine, tried meditating, tried not meditating. tried sleeping more, tried sleeping less. Maybe you've rearranged your external circumstances, thinking that was the source. A new job, a new relationship, a new city, a new morning routine you saw someone post about that promised to optimize your entire existence before 7 a.m. And maybe some of it helped. For a week, for a day, for an hour. Before that restlessness crept back in like water finding cracks in a foundation. Because the restlessness was never about what you were doing. It was about who you were being. And who you've been being is not who you actually are. Let that land for a moment. Don't rush past it. Who you have been being, the version of you that shows up every day, that responds to emails, that smiles at the right moments, that says the right things, that performs competence and confidence and contentment. That version is a construction, a magnificent one. A construction so detailed and so convincing that you forgot you were the architect. You looked at the building and thought it was the builder. You confused the mask with the face. And now something beneath the mask is stirring, pressing outward against the edges, and the mask is starting to crack. That cracking is what you're calling restlessness, but it's actually emergence. If this is landing for you, if you can feel even a fraction of what I'm describing, take a second and hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. This matters more than you know. Now let me take this deeper. Think about this from a quantum perspective for a moment, because this is where science begins to whisper the same truths that mystics have been shouting for thousands of years. In quantum mechanics, there's a principle called superposition. A particle exists in all possible states simultaneously until it's observed, until consciousness interacts with it. It's not one thing or another. It's everything at once. Pure potential, unresolved possibility. You are in superposition right now. You are between states. The old version of you, the one built from other people's expectations and society's blueprints and fear's architecture. That version is losing coherence. It's becoming less solid, less real, less convincing. But the new version hasn't fully collapsed into form yet because you haven't observed it clearly enough. You haven't given it the sustained attention it needs to crystallize from wave into particle, from possibility into reality. You're hovering between who you were and who you're becoming, and that hovering, that quantum in between, is the most uncomfortable place a human being can exist. It's also the most powerful. Because in that space, in that gap between identities, you have access to something extraordinary. You have access to the field of all possibilities before any single one has been chosen. Most people spend their entire lives collapsed into one state, one identity, one way of being. They never touch the field. They never feel the raw electricity of undefined potential. But you're feeling it right now. That buzzing under your skin. That sense that reality itself is slightly less solid than it was a year ago. That's not dissociation. That's proximity to the source code. And it's terrifying because the mind doesn't know what to do with formlessness. The mind is a pattern recognition machine. It needs categories, labels, definitions. And right now, you're defying all of its categories. You're becoming unrecognizable to your own operating system. No wonder it's sending alarm signals. No wonder it's interpreting evolution as emergency. But here's the thing. Your mind isn't the authority here. It never was. Your mind is a tool, an extraordinary tool, the most sophisticated information processing system in the known universe. But a tool doesn't get to decide what it builds. The consciousness that wields it does. And your consciousness, the awareness behind your thoughts, The silent witness that has watched every single experience of your life without ever being damaged by any of them. That consciousness is trying to pick up a new tool right now. It's reaching for something your mind can't comprehend because it exists outside the mind's frequency range. Like trying to hear a dog whistle with human ears. The sound is real. Your equipment just isn't calibrated for it yet. This is why the restlessness won't respond to mental solutions. You can't think your way out of a frequency shift. You can't analyze your way into a new state of being. The mind will try. It will generate theories and plans, and 5-step frameworks and journal prompts and vision boards. And none of it will touch the thing that's actually moving inside you, because the thing that's moving isn't a thought. It's an energy. It's a vibration. It's a wave that's been building in the deepest waters of your being, and it's finally reaching the surface. What I need you to understand, and I mean really understand, not intellectually, but cellularly, is that this shift isn't happening to you. It's happening through you. You are not the victim of transformation. You are the vehicle for it. Something vast and intelligent and impossibly patient has been preparing you for this moment for years. Every heartbreak was training. Every failure was calibration. Every dark night of the soul was your system being upgraded while you thought it was being destroyed. Nothing was wasted. Not one tear. Not one sleepless night. Not one moment of confusion. It was all building toward this threshold you're standing on right now. I want to pause here and ask you something. When did you first feel it? That moment when the old life stopped fitting, when something inside you knew there was no going back. Drop that in the comments. Not the story, just the feeling, just the knowing. Because when you name it, you anchor it into this reality. And I know what the threshold feels like from the inside. It feels like losing your mind. It feels like the ground beneath your feet has turned to liquid, and you can't find anything solid to stand on. It feels like everyone around you is speaking a language you used to be fluent in, but now can barely understand. It feels like homesickness for a place you've never been. That feeling, that exact feeling, is the most reliable indicator that you're exactly where you need to be. Let me tell you what's actually happening beneath the surface of your daily experience, beneath the restlessness and the confusion and the strange grief for a life you haven't even lost yet. Your energy centers are recalibrating, not in some abstract metaphysical sense, in a measurable physiological sense. The human body runs on electromagnetic energy. Your heart generates an electromagnetic field that extends several feet beyond your physical body. This has been measured. This has been documented by the HeartMath Institute and others. That field carries information. It carries the frequency of your emotional state, your beliefs, your deepest unconscious patterns. And right now, that field is in flux. The frequency you've been broadcasting for years, the one that matched your old life, your old identity, your old relationships, that frequency is being overwritten. A new signal is emerging. And just like when you're tuning a radio between stations, there's static, there's interference, there's that maddening in-between noise that isn't quite one station and isn't quite another. That static is your restlessness. You're between frequencies, between stations, between versions of reality. And the discomfort you feel is the friction of two signals trying to occupy the same space. This is where most people make the critical mistake. They feel the static, and they reach for the old dial. They tune back to the familiar station because at least it's clear, at least it's recognizable, even if the song playing has been draining their life force for years. They choose clarity over growth. comfort over evolution, the known over the possible. And the universe, because it loves you with a ferocity that your mind will never comprehend, lets them. Free will is absolute. You can always choose to go back. You can always choose the old frequency. But something brought you here. Something in you is ready to stop reaching for that old dial. So what does the new frequency feel like when you stop resisting it? When you stop trying to fix the static and instead let yourself be tuned? It feels like surrender, but not the defeated kind. The kind where you stop swimming against a current and realize the current was always heading exactly where you wanted to go. It feels like exhaling a breath you've been holding for decades. It feels like setting down a weight you'd been carrying for so long, you forgot it wasn't part of your body. But here's the part that requires real courage. To tune into the new frequency, you have to let the old one go completely. Not partially, not with one foot in each world, completely. And that means some things in your life, things you've invested years in, things you've built your identity around, things you genuinely love but have outgrown. Those things are going to fall away. Not because they're being taken from you, because you're vibrating at a rate they can no longer match. This is the law of resonance in action. Two objects vibrating at different frequencies cannot occupy the same relational space indefinitely. One will either entrain to the other, meaning it will shift to match the dominant frequency, or it will move out of range. This is physics. This is not punishment. This is not the universe being cruel. This is the elegant mathematical precision of how energy organizes itself. And you are energy. Everything you interact with is energy. Your relationships are energetic exchanges. Your career is an energetic pattern. Your home, your habits, your hobbies, all of it is frequency. And when your frequency changes, the entire architecture of your life must reorganize to match. This is why everything feels like it's falling apart. It's not falling apart. It's falling into a new order. But from inside the transition, from inside the chrysalis, all you can feel is the dissolution. You can't see the wings forming because you're too busy mourning the caterpillar. And I know that sounds like a greeting card platitude, but sit with it for a moment longer than your cynicism wants you to. The caterpillar doesn't just grow wings inside the chrysalis. It completely liquefies. Its entire physical structure dissolves into an undifferentiated soup of cells. If the caterpillar had consciousness, if it could feel what was happening, it would be absolutely certain it was dying. It would feel every solid thing it knew about itself melting away. It would feel formless, purposeless, terrified, and it would be wrong about all of it. Because inside that dissolution, imaginal cells, cells that carry the blueprint of what's coming next, are already organizing, already building, already becoming something the caterpillar could never have imagined from its limited perspective on the branch. You have imaginal cells activating right now, ideas that keep surfacing no matter how many times you push them down. Interests that make no logical sense given your current life but pull at you with an almost magnetic force. Visions of a way of being that feels both completely foreign and deeply familiar, as if you're remembering a future you haven't lived yet. Those aren't fantasies. Those aren't escapism. Those are the blueprints. Those are the architectural plans for what you're becoming. And they've been encoded in you since before you were born, waiting for exactly this moment to activate. But here's where it gets interesting, and I mean genuinely interesting from a quantum perspective. The observer effect tells us that the act of observation changes what's being observed. At the subatomic level, particles behave differently when they're being watched. They collapse from waves of probability into specific locations. They go from everywhere to somewhere, from everything to something, simply because consciousness directed attention toward them. You, are the observer of your own transformation. And the quality of your attention, the frequency of your observation, is literally determining which version of your future collapses into reality. If you observe this transition through the lens of fear, if you watch what's happening to you and interpret it as loss, as failure, as breakdown, then that's the reality that crystallizes. Fear is a frequency, and it collapses possibility into its own image. But if you can shift the lens, if you can observe this same transition through the frequency of trust, of curiosity, of even the smallest willingness to believe that something intelligent is orchestrating this, then an entirely different reality begins to take form. This isn't positive thinking. I want to be very clear about that. This isn't about pasting affirmations over genuine pain. This is about understanding that your consciousness is not a passive witness to reality. It is an active participant in creating it. Every quantum physicist who has seriously grappled with the measurement problem has arrived at some version of this conclusion. Consciousness and reality are not separate systems. They are one system observing itself into existence. And you are that system, right here, right now, in this body, on this planet, at this specific moment in the unfolding of everything. So the restlessness you feel is not a problem to solve. It's a signal to follow. And following it requires something your old operating system was never designed to do. It requires you to move without a map, to take action without certainty, to step forward into fog and trust that the ground will meet your foot, even though you can't see it. Your old self needed guarantees. It needed proof before it would commit. It needed to see the entire staircase before it would take the first step. And that served you for a time. That cautious, calculating approach kept you safe when safety was what you needed most. But safety is no longer what you need most. What you need most right now is authenticity. And authenticity, real authenticity, the kind that rearranges your life from the foundation up. Tell me something in the comments. What is the one thing you've been burying? The one truth you keep swallowing because it doesn't fit the life you've built? You don't have to explain it. Just name it. Because the moment you speak it, even as a few words on a screen, you send a coherent signal into the field, and that signal starts rearranging everything. Pay attention to your body right now as you're hearing these words, not your mind's reaction to them, your body's reaction. Is there heat somewhere? Is there tightness? Is there a strange expansion in your chest, like something is trying to open that's been closed for a very long time? Is there tingling in your hands, your feet, the crown of your head? These aren't random sensations. Your body is responding to a frequency embedded in this message, not because these words are magic, but because they're resonating with something already alive inside you, something that's been waiting for permission to move. Breathe into whatever you're feeling right now. Don't analyze it. Don't name it. Just let it be there. Let it move. Your body knows how to process energy if you stop interfering with your mind's need to categorize and control. Just breathe and let the intelligence of your own system do what it was designed to do. Here's what I want you to understand about the timing of all this. You didn't stumble onto this message by accident. The algorithm didn't randomly serve this to you. I know that sounds like something every creator says, and I know your skepticism is a well-trained guard dog that's kept you safe from a lot of nonsense. But consider for a moment that the same intelligence that grows 100 trillion cells into a human body without you having to think about a single one of them. The same intelligence that keeps your heart beating 60 to 100 times a minute for decades without a single conscious instruction from you. That same intelligence might also be capable of orchestrating the flow of information in your life. Might be capable of putting exactly the right message in front of you at exactly the right moment. Not because the universe is a vending machine that dispenses wisdom on demand, but because you and the universe are not separate things. You are the universe becoming aware of itself. And when one part of the system is ready for an upgrade, the whole system conspires to deliver it. The shift that's happening right now isn't just personal, it's collective. But it's expressing itself through individuals, through you, through the specific, unrepeatable configuration of consciousness that you are. The collective field is accelerating, and it needs anchor points. It needs people who are willing to hold a higher frequency, not because they've figured everything out, but because they're willing to stand in the uncertainty of transformation without collapsing back into the old pattern. That's what's being asked of you. Not perfection, not enlightenment, not some flawless ascension into a higher dimension. Just willingness. Just the raw, trembling, terrified willingness to stop pretending that your old life still fits. To stop performing contentment you don't feel. To stop shrinking yourself to match environments you've outgrown. To let the restlessness be what it actually is. A compass pointing toward the truest version of your life. Now let me speak to the specific fear that's probably running through your mind right now. The fear that if you actually follow this, if you actually honor what's stirring inside you, everything will fall apart. Your relationships will crumble. Your financial stability will evaporate. People will think you've lost it. You'll end up alone, broke, and worse off than you are now. I'm not going to tell you that fear is irrational, because it's not. Things might fall apart. Some relationships might not survive your transformation. Some structures you've built might need to come down. That's real. That's honest. And pretending otherwise would be a disservice to the gravity of what you're going through. But here's what that fear isn't telling you. It's not telling you about what comes after the falling apart. It's showing you the demolition without showing you the cathedral that gets built in its place. Fear is an excellent short-term advisor and a terrible long-term strategist. It can show you every possible way things could go wrong in the next 6 months, but it's constitutionally incapable of showing you the life that's waiting for you on the other side of courage. That's not fear's job. Fear's job is to keep the organism alive, and it does that job beautifully. But you're not just trying to stay alive anymore. You're trying to actually live, and those are two fundamentally different projects. Staying alive is about minimizing risk, maintaining homeostasis, keeping the system stable. Living, really living, is about expansion. It's about allowing your system to be destabilized in service of a higher order of organization. Every growth phase in nature involves a period of apparent chaos. The seed splits open, the egg cracks, the water boils before it becomes steam. The system has to come apart at one level to come together at a higher one. This is not philosophy. This is thermodynamics. This is how energy evolves, and you are energy evolving. So here's what I want you to do, not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready, because you will never feel ready. And waiting for readiness is just resistance wearing a reasonable disguise. Right now, tonight, before you sleep, I want you to sit somewhere quiet. Turn off your phone. Close your eyes. And instead of trying to silence the restlessness, I want you to turn toward it. Face it directly. Ask it, not with words, but with attention. What are you trying to show me? And then wait. Not for a thought, not for a voice, not for some cinematic spiritual revelation with orchestral music and golden light. Wait for a feeling. Wait for a knowing. Wait for that subtle, almost imperceptible shift in your inner landscape that happens when truth moves through the body. It might come as an image. It might come as a memory. It might come as a single word that rises from somewhere deeper than thought. It might come as tears that have no story attached to them. Just pure release, pure energy moving through you. However it comes, let it. Don't judge it. Don't filter it. Don't ask if it's practical or realistic or sensible. Your mind has been running the show for long enough, and it led you to this restlessness. It's time to let a deeper intelligence speak. What you'll find, if you're brave enough to actually do this, is that the restlessness has a message, and the message is almost always simpler than you expect. It's not a detailed life plan. It's not a 10-year strategy. It's usually one thing, one shift, one conversation you've been avoiding, one truth you've been swallowing, one desire you've been burying because it doesn't fit the narrative you've constructed about who you are and what you're supposed to want. That one thing is your next step. Not your whole journey, just your next step. And the entire universe, every quantum particle, every wave function, every field of probability, reorganizes itself around a being who takes one authentic step. Not because the universe rewards bravery, though it does, but because an authentic action is a coherent signal, and a coherent signal cuts through noise the way a laser cuts through fog. Suddenly, things that were invisible become visible. Paths that didn't exist yesterday appear. People you need to meet show up in impossible ways. Resources materialize from directions you never thought to look. This isn't magic. This is coherence. When your inner frequency matches your outer action, when what you feel and what you do and what you say are all vibrating at the same rate.
If you're feeling restless lately, like something inside you just refuses to settle, this is not anxiety. It's activation. Restlessness is not a curse. It's a signal. A signal that your current life can no longer contain who you are becoming. The comfort that once satisfied you now feels like a cage. The conversations that once entertained you now feel empty. The routine that once felt safe now feels suffocating. And that is not a breakdown. That is a breakthrough trying to happen. There comes a moment in every awakened soul's journey where the old identity starts cracking. Not loudly, not dramatically, but quietly. From within. You begin questioning things you once accepted. You begin sensing paths you cannot yet see. You begin feeling pulled toward something greater, even if you don't know its name. Most people ignore this phase. They distract themselves. They scroll. They numb. They go back to sleep. But you didn't scroll past this message by accident. Tonight is not about fear. It's about decision. Before you sleep, ask yourself one honest question. What part of me is trying to rise that I keep pushing down? Because restlessness is the soul refusing to shrink. Something is shifting, something is aligning, something is preparing you, and if you can feel it, even slightly, then don't silence it, honor it, listen to it, trust it, because by tomorrow, you may not be the same person who started today. And sometimes, that's exactly the miracle you've been waiting for.